Hey Gemini, what's up gang? I hope everybody is well. So we're gonna go ahead and look into what you can expect moving forward. If that's something that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box because that's gonna have any information that you would need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to do some angel numbers. We're not going to do an animal message, but we'll get right into it, okay? We have the fresh start that came out. This is a new beginning, a new journey, a clean slate. This is a fresh palette. You can paint whatever you want to. This is also the white light of of spirit, right? Divine healing or protection that's coming over you. But overall, in general, this card represents a new beginning, okay? So that is possibly what you can expect moving forward. A new beginning in a certain area of your life, or maybe altogether, you know? Maybe everything needs an overhaul, Gemini, okay? But whatever the case, it's like Spirit is saying here that you're going to have a chance for a new opportunity or a fresh start, okay? There could be rebirth, renewal type of energy coming through as well, something being washed clean. I'm hearing forgiven of your sins. So I don't know, maybe some of you guys have asked Spirit for forgiveness in certain situations. If that is the case, that is coming through. There could also just be a release of heaviness, okay? Because maybe you've been feeling a little heavy lately. And yeah, I feel like that's about to lift, okay? So nice energy so far. Let's get some angel numbers, y'all, okay? Spirit, what can Gemini expect moving forward? What can Gemini expect to happen? What can they expect to be going through? What can they expect to feel, right? Whatever, okay? What can they expect moving forward here? How about 8:30? Okay, 8:30 in the morning, all right? It says, your experience have all been here for a reason. Angel guidance is encouraging you to trust in your power, purpose, and path. You have an essential role to play in the world. Wow. So that is just, so profound and so powerful, guys. I love that message. It's like there's an acceptance that's possibly coming over you. And, you know, moving forward, that everything that you've been through, everything that's happened, especially in the most recent events that have happened, because I feel like some of you guys could have really been going through it. It's like everything's happened for a reason. All of your experiences, nothing was just for you to suffer, you know? You're being encouraged right now to trust in your power, purpose, and path, the 3 P's, right? Power, purpose, path. Because you have an essential role that you're playing in the world. You have a mission. And I say this so much, guys, till I'm blue in the face. I sound like a broken record. What we go through is so we can learn to help others go through it. You know? The pain and the sorrow and the sadness and any kind of upsets that we experience. Everybody else is experiencing those things too. You're not the only one suffering on the planet at any given moment. There's always somebody going through something. And so if you can turn and, you know, basically alchemize that energy and turn it into some kind of healing energy where you can help others, that's turning your pain into power, Gemini, okay? So that's what you can expect moving forward. What else, Spirit? What else can Gemini expect? How about 308? Says your spiritual growth is accelerating. You may notice your guides changing as you rise up. Wow. Okay. Well, listen, that goes kind of with what we were talking about with this clean slate, a fresh start, new beginning. You could have some new spirit guides coming into the chat here. Okay. There could be new signs that you start getting. Maybe your intuition starts working in a different way. If you're very familiar with your guides, you could just feel the presence changing, the energy changing. Your guides could definitely be channeling. If you're like a channeler like me, you know, you kind of get familiar. It sounds strange, but if you if you are a channeler, you'll understand what I'm saying here. You get kind of used to the guidance coming through in a certain way. Like, I know some of my guides have a really big sense of humor, so they'll come through with like sarcasm and wit and like, you know, things like that. So if you notice that the guidance is coming through in a different way or it's switching up, it could be because your growth is accelerating and you're leveling up. You need different guides now to take you through whatever you're going to be going through moving forward. Like, there's different levels, I guess. Okay? I know that some guides will stick with you for life, but I do know that there is like a changing of the guard almost is the energy that I'm getting here, Gemini. Okay, so yes, you could be having some different kind of spiritual support come in, different guides you're going to need to connect with, get to know them, get to know how they bring messages through. And yeah, that's exciting because it means that you're moving to the next level. Okay. All right, one more. What can Gemini expect moving forward? 513. Okay. Oh Lord, why does it always happen? I always get green on me every time. I try not to. Anyways, I was about to say shout out to my May babies, okay? Your efforts to expand and to experience a life of abundance are preparing the road ahead. Yeah, I read that right. I'm like, did I read that correctly? Stay focused on how you can grow and let the light lead, okay? So you are wanting to expand. You're wanting to create a life of abundance. I feel like you're wanting to create a life of comfort for some of you guys, okay? You want to feel secure within your foundation, within your finances, within your daily life, okay? And I feel like that's being prepared. The road ahead is opening up. So Spirit wants you to stay focused on how you can grow, how you are growing, how you're changing, you're shifting. Continue to keep the focus on yourself. If you're involving yourself in a lot of self-care right now, a lot of self-evaluation, self-focus, you know, analyzing yourself, healing, releasing, integrating, this is very important for you. Let the light lead you, okay? And it's not always easy. It's not always easy to let the light lead you, to step into vulnerability and authenticity, but that's what you're being asked to do, okay? So, interesting messages, guys. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to pull from the aesthetic. Oh Lord, heck no. Okay, beat the devil out of it. What can Gemini expect moving forward, Spirit? What can Gemini expect moving forward? What are some things that are going to happen? What do they need to look out for? What can Gemini expect moving forward, okay? It wanted to pop. Yeah, let's take it. So we have an opportunity coming, okay? This is a prestigious opportunity. This is something that's like not everybody gets. You know, when the glass slipper comes out, it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's not something that everybody is given, you know, it's not a dime a dozen type of energy, okay? This could also be something coming back around for you to have a new shot, okay? So maybe there was an opportunity that you missed out on before, Gemini, okay? This could be coming back around. This was always yours. For whatever reason, you were separated from it, but it was always yours with the glass slipper, okay? So we'll see what that's talking about, but yeah, there's like a second chance type of energy, or there's like, again, a prestigious honor. We'll see what it's which, or if it's both, right? What can Gemini expect moving forward? We have the crown. Wow. That's powerful energy, y'all. The crown next to the glass slipper. This is like, you know, again, this is why you're getting new guides, right? Because you are leveling up. Your spiritual growth, your growth in general is accelerating at a massive level right now. So you could feel like there's some changes that are going on, again, with how you're picking up intuitive messages. Spirit could really be working on your crown chakra right now, making sure that you're open and you're receptive to what's coming through. There's definitely this energy here of like you are being selected for greatness. You're being selected for something, Gemini. Okay? Spirit could be wanting to exalt you, rise you up right now, put you on your divine purpose, your divine path and mission. You could find that everything is kind of falling into place moving forward. I feel like you've been doing a lot of work on yourself, Gemini. Okay? I feel like you've been doing a lot of healing, a lot of work on yourself. You have been really indulging in this energy here of trying to be better, you know? Trying to... I'm hearing fix what's broken. I don't really like that term because I don't feel like anybody's necessarily broken, but that's what they're saying. Fix what's broken. heal what needs to be healed, work on your trauma, release, purge. I'm getting like a huge energy of purging, because you might have realized when you started this healing journey, Gemini, that maybe you were holding on to a lot more than you thought. You know, sometimes we think that we have released, we have let go, we have moved on, but then we can get triggered or something can pop up that makes us, you know, that wound still feels a little fresh. I feel like there's an energy here of just letting go and purging. This is freeing up a lot of space. It's causing you to put your focus on other things. I feel like you've been focused on yourself, and that is exactly what Spirit has wanted. And with this energy here, it's like, yeah, you're ready to move to the next level now. There's definitely like a crowning, a spiritual crowning that's happening. Now on the physical, you could see this translating over. You could be getting a lot of recognition, a lot of accolades. You could have been working very hard. Okay, and you're finally going to have your moment to shine. This could literally be your boss. This crown here could be like your boss saying, you know, we want to promote you, we want to give you more money, we want to give you a higher position, right? We want to give you more responsibility because you are deserving of it, you're worthy of it. You know, you could be rising above your peers. I don't necessarily feel like you're trying to, you just are, because they're reminding me of the scene in Cinderella where, you know, all of them are trying on the slipper, and it's like nobody's foot is fitting because it's Cinderella's slipper. It's gonna fit her foot, you know? So there could be something that's tailor-made for you. There could be an opportunity here that is like, this is meant for you. This is a very powerful reading so far. It's really giving the energy of destiny here. You know, like you're destined for something, Gemini. So make sure that you're cleansing yourself. Make sure you're staying open to the communication, to the messages that are coming in from the divine. Make sure that you're ready, you're willing to serve in whatever way is needed. Make sure that you're willing to follow your intuition even when it scares you. Because some of this feels like it will be scary, you know? Like she's getting crowned queen here, and it's just like there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. It's not just tiaras and gowns and, you know, power. It's like there's a heavy weight now that's on her. She has people that are depending on her. She has obligations to fulfill. She has a role that she has to play, but not a role that's inauthentic. It's a role that is like, it's very serious. Like there's a lot of respect and honor here, okay? So you might have to, there might be an element here of sacrifice. You know, sacrificing for the greater good, the true greater good, right? Sacrificing in the way that Spirit wants you to. Yeah, Gemini, if you've been working on healing here, again, lots of self-care, lots of relaxing, lots of connecting with yourself. Maybe Spirit has been like this guiding light and you've been connecting with the divine. Maybe you have felt a little lost, or you felt like you were in the darkness, and this light off in the distance is what has been keeping you going. It's what's been pulling you forward. And, you know, you get there and you're like, oh, this is Spirit, you know? There's something about that, like a strong connection with Spirit or connecting deeper with the divine, okay? I'm getting that very strongly. All right, let's get one more. One more for what can Gemini expect moving forward? What can they expect moving forward? We have the ancestors coming out. Nice, guys. Like, what? What? Okay, this is such a positive reading. I love it. This is the kind of reading that I like to do, okay? That bird bitch energy is for the birds. I'm telling you. Anyways, guys, yeah, being at a crossroad, and then we have, again, relaxing, and then we have the dream catcher. Some of you guys could be having some very significant dreams. Some of your dreams, you might wake up and you might be like, what was that? That was like a fever dream. That didn't even make any sense. But that's why it's so important to have something next to your bed that you can write down your dreams. Because it's like, sometimes they don't always make sense in the moment. It's like the messages that come down from the divine. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. You know, you're like, why? Why did I get that message? Why did that come through? You know, write these little things down, because then when it clicks into place, you'll be able to go back and reference that and be like, oh, okay, I had this dream last week and now this is happening. And though it's not the same thing, it's reminding me of that. You know, there's that kind of energy happening here. I feel like you're on the precipice of great change, guys. Okay? And I feel like your ancestors are here. You might feel like this, right? You might feel like you're kind of at this crossroads here of like, okay, well, you know, there's a lot of different directions that I could go. I feel like you have guides, ancestors, spiritual support coming in to help usher you through this decision or this choice that you have to make. Whatever crossroads you're at, it feels like this is an internal crossroads, right? It feels like there's a very much, because for me, anything that's like black and white here, or like a sepia type of color, it's giving like reflection, reminiscing, you know what I mean? Like it's giving like internalized vibes for me. So I feel like this is not necessarily like, this could be a physical crossroads, because as we know, everything that happens on the inside, it reflects to the outside, right? So yes, the crossroads and the indecisiveness that you could be feeling within your own spirit right now is definitely reflecting on the physical. You could be feeling indecisive in regards to certain situations in your life. We have actually been picking up in the collective for about a week now, a choice, okay? Trying to figure something out, trying to make a choice here. So this could definitely be coming to a head. I feel like your ancestors are really trying to guide you and give you support, Gemini. And you could even, again, have new guides coming in, new ancestors that are coming in. You know, that maybe they've always been your guides, they've always been your ancestors, or they've always been in the rotation here. It's just that, you know, they're coming in now to connect with you. Some of you guys could have a dream of being at a crossroads. And maybe you feel like, I don't know, there's this energy here of a dream of being at a crossroads, and you run down a road and it's like it's never ending, and so you try to go back to the crossroads and try to go down a different road. It's like there's an energy maybe of feeling a little lost, guys, okay? I feel like you have been feeling that way. Some of you guys, wish fulfillment is coming, and it's coming in a spectacular way is what they're saying. You are not going to expect this wish fulfillment to come in the way that it's coming. It's almost like it's very divine, you know, divinely guided. Wow, this reading is powerful, y'all. It feels so powerful. So your ancestors are here. Connecting with your ancestors is important right now. If you have an altar, make sure that you're leaving offerings or you're cleaning it, right? You're paying attention to it, moving things around. That's how I stay on top of my altar, is that I move things around constantly on the altar. You know, so that helps me stay on top of it. It helps me kind of blow off dust, you know, and because, you know, things get dusty in the house, right? So moving things around, like I just put flowers on there for my mom the other day, doing things like that. I have a plant on my altar, so I have to kind of, you know, tend to the plant. It's like, have something that actively draws you to your altar besides just to commune with your ancestors, right? And your altar can serve different purposes. Like, you know, like I'll use my altar as a charging port, and I'll put like any new deck that comes in my house, any kind of, you know, smudging or saging or anything like that I'm going to use, it goes right on the altar to charge, to get infused with my ancestors' energy, okay? You can obviously pray at your altar, you can ask for protection, or for what the main purpose of my altar is it's just to pay homage to my ancestors. It's just to basically give gratitude and to give respect. I don't really do too much praying at my altar, to be honest with you. So that's just in case you're not really sure how altars work, you know, but you've been feeling compelled to kind of get into that. There's not one size fits all. I don't like that whole like structured, like this is how you have to do things. That's why I never got into witchcraft. That's why I never got into rituals and things like that, because I'm not a very structured person with my spirituality. I go with the flow, you know? So if you are a structured person, great. Create some kind of routine, some kind of ritual with your altar. If you're not, then just let the energy flow, guys, okay? Like sometimes I'll put fruit on there or some food or something, water, you know? Just take it as it resonates, all right? But there is an energy here of connecting with your ancestors. Maybe your ancestors want you to do more research on them. They want you to learn about their customs, their ways, their religious beliefs, okay? What their story was. It's like, don't let us be forgotten. But yeah, there's a big energy here of ancestor blessings coming through, you know? I don't know, Gemini. Whatever work you've been doing on yourself, whatever your self-focus has been, it's like it's been very healing. It hasn't been an avoidant self-focus where you're closing yourself off into hermitude, but you're not actually learning anything. No, you've been learning, you've been absorbing, you've been connecting and trusting and developing, you know? And so because of that, your ancestors are super proud of you. Like, I'm getting this energy of them wanting to be there when you're crowned. So you could just feel a lot of support. Like, your house might feel full right now, even if you live by yourself. Like, it can feel like there's a lot of energy in your house right now. And that's because you have a lot of ancestral support around you currently, okay? Again, especially while you're trying to figure out... I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I just got touched on my leg. Like, was that my shirt or something? That was so weird. Anyway, yeah, stuff like that could be happening, right? Okay, so take it as it resonates. All right, things always get a little strange for some change when I start channeling the ancestors. I figured the ancestors were going to come out because this morning I had to drop my car off at the mechanic because it just needs a tune-up. You know, we got to take care of your car. So I put it in there for a tune-up, oil change, new filters, all that good stuff. And my mechanic is literally right up the road from my neighborhood. So I went ahead and walked home. And my nose was itching the entire time. And it was that spiritual itch, that strong spiritual itch where it's like, it doesn't matter how many times you itch your nose, it won't go away, you know? And it feels like it's under the skin. That's the only way I know how to describe it, because you know how like you have itches that are on top of the skin. And then if you've ever had nerve damage, you know what I'm talking about, that itch that comes from under the skin that you can't really scratch. That's what I get in my nose when I channel the ancestors, or when I'm channeling, or when there's a nosy person around me. But I kind of really strongly felt it was the ancestors this morning, and that's not surprising that this came out. Okay, we got money popping out, guys. You could have been really focused hardcore on money, and maybe even feeling like a worker ant right now, feeling like you're not getting anywhere that you really want to get, like as fast as you want to get. But what your ancestors, what spirit is saying here is that you are actually making some kind of progress here when it comes to your finances. All that dedication, all that work that you've put in, it's paying off. Now, some of you guys are wanting to cleanse yourself out of a situation where you feel like all you do is work, right? Like, you're not here to work. You're not here to be a worker ant. You're here to live, you know? And you're supposed to work to live, not live to work. And there's something here with that where I feel like there's a transition that you're wanting to take. So we have money. What else can Gemini expect moving forward? What can Gemini expect moving forward? And your ancestors are saying that you are going to have some kind of financial blessing coming in. And this is going to be a gift. It's a blessing because of the work that you've been doing on yourself. So you might find that, Gemini, you've been working in the physical world, busting your ass in this like building energy, or trying to like, you know, achieve. And you might feel like it's like shoveling like cement, like you're not getting anywhere. You know, there's just more that's bubbling up. And then you might have stopped for a second to just go ahead and focus on yourself, focus on your healing that you felt like you desperately needed. And then you might feel like everything's suddenly starting to flow. And that's because that's the key here. That's the answer. Some of you guys are meant to develop your abundance and your legacy through your own internal journey, your own internal self-growth. That is how you are going to cultivate your legacy. It's not going to be from you in this worldly energy trying to just achieve. You're meant to go inward. You're meant to connect. Okay? So I'm getting that very strongly. What else can Gemini expect moving forward, Spirit? What else can Gemini gang expect moving forward? What else do we have here? We have Judgment, which makes a lot of sense, y'all. Y'all are on a different journey. Not everybody can understand that. You might have eyes on you, okay? Very reminiscent of a post that I scheduled for today that's gonna come up, because like, honestly, I get the energy sometimes that people come to my shit and they watch and they get angry. I get these messages sometimes that it's like, bruh, this is my space. This is my energy. I'm not going to you. I'm not, you know, Facebook, social media, whatever, stalking you. This is my energy. If you come to me and you're watching me and I trigger you or I upset you or you don't like who I am, there's no need for you to continue to watch me. This is free will. I'm not forcing you to. You literally have to come and click on my videos to watch me. You have to seek me out. So if you're watching me and you're upset by what I'm doing, that's not my problem. That is your ego. It's your entitlement, thinking the world revolves around you, or everybody should do things the way that you want them to, or why do you keep posting? Why do you keep doing this? I'm not going to stop. That's the thing. So all you're going to do is give yourself high blood pressure. Okay? And that's a serious issue. Don't nobody want high blood pressure. Okay? It's an act of service to stop watching people that upset you, to stop watching people that trigger you. That's an act of service to yourself. That's act of love to yourself, because you don't deserve to walk around like an angry bitch all day because of something that somebody else is doing with their life. Let it go. Move on. Okay? And I feel like there's this energy that could possibly be around you right now because, again, you are being blessed. You know, you are connecting with the divine. You do have a higher purpose, a higher mission. And so your ancestors just want you to be cognizant of this. It feels like this has turned into an ancestor message almost. But I feel like, yeah, we're going to see what this is with these people wanting to judge you. But Gemini, you put yourself up here, right? You're vulnerable. You know, naked nudity to me and divination, you guys know that's being exposed. It's being vulnerable. It's not hiding anything, you know? And even though she has her face kind of cast to the side, like there is an element of shame here, she's still standing there. We have this guy trying to prove to the crowd, see, the devil in the flesh, right? I feel like they're not convinced. You know, they're looking like this guy for real is looking like, I don't know what the problem is, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just getting that energy. There could definitely be somebody around you that's trying to expose you or trying to show like, see, this person's this way. This person's selfish. This person's entitled. This person's full of shit, right? This person's a fake, a fraud, a phony. Okay? Whatever. I'm hearing a grifter. What is a grifter? I don't know what that is. But I'm hearing a grifter, so y'all have to figure out what that means. Or maybe you already know what that means and that's significant for you. I've heard of a drifter, right? But I've never heard of a grifter. So I don't know. But anyways, that's what I'm getting here. And it's like the people who this person has tried to draw in to watch you or to judge you, they don't see what this person sees. They see somebody who's beautiful and vulnerable and open and trying to maybe help others or trying to just live their life. Like, it's like, it seems like you're the one with the problem here, buddy. You're the one that needs to just leave her alone, you know? So I don't know. There's something there with that. Okay. Somebody could also be like, especially if you have some kind of gift or skill, like if maybe you read tarot or maybe you do motivational speaking or whatever you do. Maybe if you're in the like spotlight here at all with this crown and this glass slipper. Okay. Somebody could definitely be trying to be like, see, they make their messages about this or they do this, they do that. Right. It's like I've said this before. If you don't want me to pick up on your energy, you need to not come here, because I don't know what I'm picking up on or what I'm going to read about. But if you're like stuck on my ass, you know, looking at every single thing that I post, every single thing that I put out, yeah, you're in my collective. You're part of my collective, and Spirit doesn't hold any bars. In fact, maybe you need to be the one that gets these messages. Maybe you need help, right? So Spirit's going to focus on you. There's this energy here of somebody accusing you of something, maybe trying to downplay your gifts or saying that you don't do something for the light. It's like the way you be getting blessed and protected, you're obviously working for the light, Gemini. There's just somebody here that's a hater around you. And it's really unfortunate and sad because they don't need to concern themselves with you. They choose to. It's like you've gotten under somebody's skin, or maybe, you know, maybe you had a falling out with somebody and they were so convinced that they were right and you were the one that was wrong. So they just sat back and waited for that karma, that misery to hit you. And it just didn't, you know? And they're just like, oh, what? And it's like, it's almost like that conviction is hitting them of maybe Spirit trying to be like, yeah, Gemini wasn't wrong. You know, Gemini wasn't wrong. And I'm not going to abandon Gemini. I'm not going to stop their blessings. I'm not going to slow down their money. Ancestors aren't going to punish them, aren't going to abandon them. This is the good ancestors that showed up. You know, Gemini's not wrong. You know, I don't know what to say there, but there could definitely be this energy of somebody who feels like there was maybe there was a spiritual court case or something, and they were so convinced that you were going to be the ones that was going to get sentenced to, I don't know, spiritual judgment, karma, purgatory, whatever they were thinking. You were going to fall off. Your gifts were going to get stripped. Whatever was going to happen, the light was going to abandon you. That's not what happened. It's not what happened. And I feel like that's because you've always had pure intentions. Maybe you haven't always moved the right way, Gemini, or always done the things the way that they should have been done. Maybe you can be a little messy, okay, sometimes. A little emotional sometimes. But your heart is still very pure and in a good place. You don't want to hurt people. And Spirit rides for people like that. I've said this a long time, and, you know, I'll say it again. Spirit messes with you the long way, Gemini, not the short way. Spirit's not going to abandon you, because you don't abandon Spirit, you don't abandon yourself. So yeah, you know, there's this energy here. Whoever these people or this person is, they are hella focused on you right now and angry with the fire energy. Angry. How dare you be happy? How dare things work out for you? How dare Spirit not cast its judgment on you? I don't know, guys. It's not great, right? I feel like their ancestors are pissed with them, right? Because now we're seeing the not so happy ancestors. I feel like their ancestors are pissed with them. I feel like your ancestors could be mad at them. You know, you see that hand? Y'all know how I feel about that hand. That's like when children are doing something that's really annoying you, and you're like, I have told these children to stop. I've told them several times, right? It's like that kind of energy, like an ass whooping is about to commence if y'all don't start listening. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting from this ancestor. And it could be towards these people that place themselves in your energy, in your space, in your light, and then get mad at you for what you're doing. Or judge you, or try to expose you, or try to call you a fake, a fraud. Like, your ancestors are not pleased with that. Their ancestors are not pleased with that, okay? Sheesh. Okie dokie then. Let's get some tarot out here. We're going to use the Light Seers Tarot today, okay? Give that Everyday Witch Oracle a little break, cool its jets here. All right. What is this prestigious honor that's coming through for what Gemini can expect moving forward? This prestigious honor. What can Gemini expect moving forward when it comes to this energy? This glass slipper. What can Gemini expect, Spirit? What can Gemini expect moving forward with this glass slipper? We have the Four of Swords. Yeah, listen, that is a healing energy. Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck. That is a healing energy, guys. Okay? You've been wounded, you've been hurt, you've been through it. You decided to go into your nest, you decided to rest, heal, reflect, recuperate. There's this energy here of rebuilding your heart, right? Protecting yourself, a very big self-protective mode here. Doing things that make you feel good, things that connect you to the divine. And you're starting to come to a more stable place mentally, because the fours talk about stability, and it's the Four of Swords. The swords obviously with your mind. So you're starting to think more like stably, or you're starting to feel more stable. Like maybe you're regulating your emotions or your thoughts more. You're not ruminating as much. Okay? There's like a look, she's battered, she's got bruises all over her, you know, her clothes are all ripped up. She's obviously rebuilding her heart space here, you know. But there's this energy here of like peace on her face, like feeling peaceful. Like some of you guys feel like you've made it through, right? Whatever this healing journey was, or this healing crisis was that you went through, like you made it through. And for me, when I look at this card, since she's in the nest, when you think about it, like baby birds that are in the nest, there's other birds that will come and try to take the babies, right? Or take the eggs. how these thorns are sticking up around her, it's like if anybody was to kind of come in and try to grab her, they would get stuck by these thorns. It's like, again, there's a heavy spiritual protection here that's coming over you. With the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck, Gemini, male or female, this is not about gender. This is about energy. I don't try to genderize my readings unless it calls for it. There's this energy here of your magic that's being ignited. Okay, you are definitely going through some kind of spiritual upgrade, period, guys. Okay, there's a spiritual upgrade. That's why you got new guides coming in. Okay, and so whatever this magic is that you're being given or that's being activated within you, this is something that you're going to use to manifest your dreams, manifest whatever it is that you're desiring. Some of you guys, black cats could be very significant here because she has a black cat. Okay. I feel like you're starting to think of things in a more logical way. I feel like you're pulling on, I want to say the winged spirits. I've never used that phrase before, but that's what's coming through, the winged spirits. So maybe you're connecting with a lot of birds, owls, crows, eagles, hawks, maybe even bats for some of you guys, you know? Maybe butterflies. There's a dragonfly right here. It's like you're connecting with the winged spirits, okay, is what I'm getting. But you're thinking of things more logically, or you're trying to connect with that place of reason within yourself, okay? And again, Spirit's just dropping off little nuggets of information here, of nuggets of wisdom or just blessings coming to you, okay? There's reasons to celebrate in your life right now. So yeah, I feel like you're being given this glass slipper. Feels like this is a very spiritual honor here. Some of you guys could be, again, getting some kind of upgrade in your gifts, and this is not a gift, or it's not something that happens to everybody, okay? Like this is something that, like, it's like this is, you've earned this, Gemini, is what I'm getting. Yeah, we have the Magician coming out, y'all. Aries energy coming through, okay? Yeah, I feel like you guys are getting some kind of like upgrade in your spiritual powers, y'all. Your manifesting abilities might go off the chart here. You might be able to see it, think it, you know, speak it into existence, is what I'm getting. So that's why it's very important that you do heal. That could be why a lot of things have come up recently where you've needed to purge, integrate, release, and recognize that you're still holding on to some wounds, so you can remove those, you can heal it. Because when you're in this powerful manifesting stage, it's like you can manifest bullshit into your life really quickly. We know, we do it all the time as humans, not just Geminis. Yeah, we be manifesting all kinds of stuff. You know, we think something bad, like, well, I'll enjoy this while it lasts. Okay? So it's very important to like be mindful and almost control your mind, you know? But it's not easy to do that when you have a lot of subconscious wounds and things that you haven't really worked on. So yeah, I feel like that's why you've been thrown into this healing crisis, into this energy of like, we're gonna go on that roller coaster of healing. I hope you're ready, right? Says Spirit, okay? You must be this tall to ride this ride, okay? And I feel like you are that tall, Gemini. It's time, you know? It's almost like you've been going to this amusement park all the time, and Spirit's like, one day you're going to be able to get on that ride. And you're like, yay! And the ride's called the Ride of Healing, right? And you're like, okay, sounds great. So you're finally tall enough to get on it, and then you get on it with Spirit, and Spirit's like, you know, giving you that look like, I hope you're ready. Like, well, how bad can it be? Yeah, you know? It's a motherfucking roller coaster of healing, okay? So it feels like there's something like that that's going on, Gemini. And yeah, because of that, you're getting upgraded with your magical abilities, your spiritual abilities. It's like you are a master manifester now. You're able to mold things, create things into existence. Some of you guys might have, you know, special gifts or special powers that not everybody has. Like maybe you can move things with your mind. Maybe you can, you know, maybe you have telepathy. Maybe you're able to astral travel or something, or these are things that are going to be activated. All right, what's this crown for what Gemini can expect moving forward? Let me get some coffee, y'all. Okay, what is this crown for Gemini moving forward? What is this crown here for what Gemini can expect moving forward? What do we have? We have the Hermit, Spirit, the card of Spirit, Virgo energy coming through, okay? I love this. I love this reading. We have the Star, Aquarius on the bottom of the deck. I mean, if you needed confirmations, Gemini, that everything that you've been going through, that it was going to be for something, this is your confirmation, okay? Now, on the physical, because we have talked a lot about the spiritual, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But just to translate this to the physical for some of you guys, you could be going back to school for something. You could be being called to learn something, to study something, to maybe master something, okay? But there's just been this big energy of reflection here, self-reflection, self-evaluation, you know, with the Hermit. That is that energy I was talking about. Being in, I don't know if this is a word, guys, but hermitude is what I'm getting. Okay? Being in that energy of reflecting, but doing it with a purpose. Not just to run away, not just to hide away, but to actually connect. You know, connect to the divine. And I feel like there's something here where you have some kind of hope in your heart, Gemini, that everything that you've been going through, everything that's happened, it's happened for a reason, that everything is going to work out for you. We saw wish fulfillment in the aesthetic, and now we're seeing the Star, which talks about wish fulfillment. I feel like there's an element here of you hoping for the best, feeling very positive, feeling like everything is going to work out exactly as I want it to. There's another card for wish fulfillment. Bam, 9 of Cups. Okay? It's like, I know that if I work on myself, I wait patiently, right? I wait for everything to happen in divine timing. And it's interesting because I was listening to this lecture. It was like a podcast, TED Talk type of deal, where this guy was talking about divine timing is not just like talking about everything being in the right place. Divine timing is also talking about you being in the right place, your awareness being in the right place. You being open, you being receptive, you healing yourself, you working on yourself, you taking accountability. All of these things help with divine timing. It's not just Spirit has a clock and bam, when the clock strikes, I don't know, 8 something, you're going to have this happen. It's about when you're ready. Divine timing is playing off of you and your energy. And I thought that was really profound, you know, because it's true. Sometimes we feel like we're ready, but we're not, you know? And so I feel like there's an energy here of working on yourself, being patient, and knowing that when all elements of the situation are ready, something's going to come through, something's going to happen. You guys feel it, okay? And again, there's been a big energy here of healing yourself, okay? So what is Gemini being crowned in regards to? What is this crown talking about? What is Gemini being crowned in regards to? What is this crown talking about for what Gemini can expect moving forward? Too many for me, but the Death card, Scorpio energy, it's like there's a rebirth that's happening here, you know? You're being reborn, you're being reignited, or you're getting put onto your true path or your true purpose here. It's like things are shifting or changing in your life. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Things are shifting and changing. Sorry. My nose. Things are shifting and changing in your life, and it's like you're leaving a legacy behind here, okay? So slow but steady effort is really doing you good, Gemini. It's like you're gaining more responsibility here. There's also this energy of not having to rush through, not having to try to achieve as much, you know? Things just kind of falling into place is almost what I'm getting as well. I also feel like some of you guys might be meant to go around and spread your wisdom, or maybe you're meant to have a YouTube where you give motivational messages, you know, daily motivational messages, or maybe readings or whatever, guys. You know, it doesn't have to be like the same thing everybody else is doing. Whatever you feel called to do, you know? As we saw in the angel numbers, I think we saw something very similar, like the world needs your light, you know? Yeah, I feel like you're being kind of transferred into this emperor energy of taking your own power, you know, and moving it and working it the way that you feel necessary. Why are the ancestors here for what's going to be, what Gemini can expect moving forward? What are the ancestors here for what Gemini can expect moving forward? What are the ancestors here? We have the King of Wands with the Queen of Wands on the bottom. Wow. So yeah, some of you guys might have, if you've had like a couple that's passed away, maybe grandparents or parents or an auntie, an uncle, sister, brother, something like that, like a duo, these people are definitely showing up in ancestor form to guide you. Okay, you definitely have a very strong masculine energy that protects you. This person could be a Leo, maybe even a Sagittarius. Typically the King of Wands for me is a Sagittarius, but this card actually has a lion on it, so it reminds me of Leo energy, but take it as it resonates, okay? But it feels like there's a very strong, fiery, masculine energy that protects you, okay? Protects your magic, protects it, like your essence here. There's something like that. Some of you guys also have a divine counterpart that's on the other side. This is so funny because this is something that I've believed for a very long time about myself. Like since way back in the day, I've always believed like that my twin, my true counterpart was actually on the other side. Like they didn't incarnate with me this lifetime. And so there's always been that feeling deep down inside that I'm kind of meant to be alone. I want connection, and I do try to connect with people, and I found people that I feel like I could be with those people for the long run, you know. It just for whatever reason has never worked out. But I feel like there's this energy here where it's like you might have somebody on the other side that guides you, you know. And this person might be showing up to say, one day we will be reunited. One day we will come together. I needed to be on the other side so I could protect you in ways that maybe you can't see. Maybe you go through a lot of spiritual warfare. I feel like your counterpart is somebody who will protect you from spiritual warfare, guys, whether they're in the physical or the spiritual. Whoever the person is that you're meant to be with, I don't know why this message is coming through, but whoever you're meant to be with, this person is going to be a protective energy. Like they will protect you from dark forces that try to mess with you. Like the dark forces don't want you with this person because you will be protected. They don't come around this person. Whoever this person is, they're far too, I don't know. I don't want to say strong, like you're weak, Gemini, because that's not I'm not trying to compare energies or anything like that. It's just that for whatever reason, this person has an anointing on them, or maybe this is your energy, but somebody here has an anointing on them. Somebody has like this energy where it's like the darkness don't want to fuck with them. Darkness does not want to fuck with this person. So they try to keep this counterpart energy apart and separated, because if you were to be with this person, then the darkness wouldn't be able to mess with this person because your energy would be around. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, make it make sense, but that's what I'm getting. I also feel like, again, if you do have a counterpart that's on the other side, or maybe this person has passed away in this lifetime, or maybe you've always been like me, you felt that you do have somebody on the other side. You know, like your counterpart's not actually in the flesh. Like if you felt like that, Gemini, this is a confirmation for you. It is, okay? Some of you guys, your ancestors want you to know that you are going to meet somebody, and this is going to be a shocking thing that happens. And this meeting this person is going to completely change everything in your life. It's going to completely change everything. This person could be in the spotlight. This person could be a performer. This person could have a lot of recognition, okay? Or they're meant to. Like if this person has a lot of light on them, a lot of people that are focused on this person, and this is going to be very shocking when you meet this person. Like you're not expecting it here. The Empress energy. Yeah, we saw the Emperor. We're seeing the Empress. It's giving that energy like your ancestors are trying to guide you towards your true counterpart, your true soulmate. Okay. Or again, if this is somebody that's on the other side, it's like they have stopped a lot of attacks. They've stopped a lot of towers from coming into your life. They might be giving you messages about people when people come in. Like, you know, they'll set certain things up or whatever. So, because they're like, no, you're not meant to be with that person. I don't feel like this person, if you have a counterpart on the other side, guys, I don't feel like this person is like super possessive. Like they don't want you to be with anybody. It's just that they want you to be with the right person. Like they have a particular person in mind for you, and that's who they want you to be, because they know that you'd be safe with this person. You know, like whoever this masculine energy is that's representing the ancestors right now, they want you to be safe. They want you to be protected. They want you to be cared for in the way that they know that you're deserving of. And so they're not going to settle for any just rando. You know what I mean? Like they want you to be with a certain person. They have a certain person in mind for you. I don't know why this is the message, guys, but this is what I'm getting. I'm just giving the message, okay? And again, even if this is like a, you know, a divine counterpart that's on the other side, it's not that they don't want you to be with anybody. They just want you to be with a certain somebody. They've scoped this person out. They know this person is true, you know? And so that's just what I'm getting, okay? Let's move on. Well, should we move on or should we get another card? Let's get one more card for the ancestors. One more message for why the ancestors are out here, for what Gemini can expect moving forward. We have death. Well, it wanted to come out, so it came out. Yeah, if there's been a masculine energy that's passed away, guys, somebody significant, this could be a brother, this could be an uncle, this could be somebody. It's like this person is seriously showing up in a big way right now, trying to guide you. You could be seeing this person's name, this person's birthday. There could be a lot of messages coming through from this person. This person is really trying to protect you right now, trying to protect your passion, your fire. They're trying to help you delve into your creativity more. It's like maybe this person was around when you used to do something really creative, something that you enjoyed. They enjoyed you doing that. Like they believed in you and you don't do it anymore. And they're like, we want you to do this, you know? I don't know. Take that as it resonates. Okay, it's very specific, but that's what I'm getting here. This person could have been born on the 13th here. Or maybe you were. But yeah. I feel like there's maybe this person hasn't been around for a while, like this energy, and they're showing up. Maybe this is that new guide. This is definitely somebody from your family or somebody that you have a long legacy with. You know, if this is a counterpart energy that's on the other side, guys, you have a very strong legacy that you've built with this person through other lifetimes. They don't want this legacy squandered on somebody that's not worthy. You know, I've said this before because my ancestors have said this to me before. We would rather you be alone than be with the wrong person because your legacy is too strong. It's too strong. It can't be sacrificed. So if you need to be alone because there's just this, for whatever reason, you don't have anybody, or the person that you're meant to be with is going through their own battles and they're not ready, or whatever the case is, guys, they would rather you be alone. Okay, there's something like that. I feel like you have a very strong legacy though, Gemini. Like you have it's a lot, you know, and anybody who's in your life is going to be better off because of it. Like they're not going to suffer. They're going to be asked to rise to the occasion. They're going to be asked to grow. Yes. They're going to be asked to stand in their authenticity. They're going to be asked to move past their comfort zone. Absolutely. But they're not going to suffer. Like they're going to, you know, this, I don't know. It's like almost like being brought into like a royal family or something. I don't know, guys. This is what I'm getting. Yeah, so your ancestors don't got time for this kind of energy right here. 7 of Swords. People who are sneaky, nefarious, not who they say they are, not willing to come in and do the work. They don't want to progress. They don't want to advance. They don't want to change. They're set in their ways. They're stubborn, or they're just manipulators, liars, whatever it is, right? Your ancestors, no, absolutely not. They will end these things for you. They will cause exposures or cause things to happen where it has to end. They absolutely do not agree with it, you know? Okay, Gemini, shit. Let's move on now, okay? What is this money for what Gemini can expect moving forward? What is this money energy? This finances coming in. That's too many, but Temperance, strong Sagittarius energy. Also Scorpio, if I didn't say it over here. Somebody could have been born on Halloween. Take it as it resonates. I feel like there's this energy here with money where it's just like you're alchemizing new ways to make money. I feel like that's what you can expect moving forward. Like there's gonna be new ways for you to make money, okay? You could be alchemizing things through your pain, through your loss, you know? Maybe some of you guys, you know, sadness is your muse. It's unfortunate, you know, but maybe like, you know, it's a starting point here. Maybe you lost the spark or something for your creativity. For somebody out there, it's like they lost the spark and then they went through some kind of heartbreak and it's like it activated it. And it got them, you know, working on their craft again, whatever that craft is. And, you know, happiness can be your muse, passion can be your muse, but maybe you needed something that you felt to your core to kind of activate that. I don't know. But there is an alchemy here. There is a way that you're making more money here moving forward. What can Gemini expect with this money here moving forward here? What do we have? We have the 6 of Pentacles, and then we have the 10 of Wands that wanted to come out with that, guys, okay? 4 of Wands on the bottom. So there's been a lot of burdens. There's been a lot of stress. Again, burnout energy, but my card for burnout is the 9 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is like, we're done. Like, we ain't gonna sit here and do this anymore. We're packing up our shit and we about to walk away, right? There's that kind of energy here. So some of you guys could be wanting to walk out of a burdensome situation where you work. It's like constant. And maybe you were okay with that identity for a second, right? Like, yeah, I'm a worker. I'm a worker bee. I'm this, I'm that. This is my title. This is what I do. I'm passionate about this. This is part of my identity. But you're starting to see that it's actually not. You know, it's a trap to keep you separated from your true authenticity, from your true purpose. That's just for some of you guys, okay? For others of you, you've been putting in a lot of effort and you haven't been seeing that be returned. That's about to change. I feel like there's either new opportunities opening up for money, to make money in a way that feels like it's more authentically connected to who you're meant to be or what you're meant to do, guys, okay? Or this is just all the hard work that you've already been putting into something that you feel authentically connected to. It's gonna pay off. With the 4 of Wands here, there's gonna be some kind of celebration. There's going to be something that's like stabilizing out here. Some of you guys might feel like you're meant to be in like the entertainment business too with the 4 of Wands. Like, you're meant to dance. You're meant to jam out, you know? Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka. Like, I'm getting that kind of energy with that card. That's my party card, right? They're like, oh my God, this is bitchin'. There's something about that, okay? I just feel like there's this energy here of like, I want to do things that I feel connected to. I want to do things that are in reflection of my magic that I feel inside. I don't feel very magical. I feel like I have to speak a certain way, act a certain way, talk a certain way, be a certain way. It's like I'm controlled. This isn't freedom. This is control. And so some of you guys are choosing to walk away from that. You might be choosing to like be an entrepreneur or do something freelance or make your money as you go, make your money on the road perhaps. There's something there with that, guys, okay? There's something there with that. I feel like that's what you can expect moving forward. Yeah, King of Pentacles. We like him. And with the 2 of Cups, I feel like there's a match made in heaven when it comes to your work situation, guys. Also, you could be, again, balancing yourself out, creating a sense of harmony and balance within yourself, and this is translating to your money. Some of you guys are meant to make money with your partner. You're meant to do something with your counterpart, whoever that is. You are meant to make money with them. Okay? Like, you guys are going to be very successful together. Maybe that's why this ancestor over here is like, no, you can't be with this person because this isn't who you're supposed to make money with. This isn't who you're supposed to create your legacy with. You have to be with this person. It's like a spiritually ordained type of marriage. Like a, what is that? What do they call those? Why can't I think of the word? I feel like I should know. Arranged. Like, why can't I think of that word? An arranged marriage. It's like a spiritually arranged marriage for somebody. This is not for everybody, okay? Obviously. I know that's kind of like a far out message, but that's what I'm getting, okay? But yeah, for others of you, this is just you being on the same page with yourself, with what you want to do for a living. And because of that, you're flourishing. It's going to flourish, okay? Like, feeling very stable, very secure with the King of Pentacles energy. All right, so what is this Judgment? Ugh, right? What is this Judgment energy for what Gemini can expect moving forward? What is this? Having big chunks that are popping, but I just want to get one. What is this Judgment energy? What is this for what Gemini can expect moving forward? We have the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like that's the thing. Like, Gemini, this just is part of the deal, the star. It could be an Aquarius, but take it as it resonates. It feels like this is just a part of the whole thing. Like, it's a part of it. They're giving me the energy of like paparazzi, like when you're famous. And it's like, that's just something you have to deal with. It's something that you just have to accept. Like, if you spend your whole life trying to fight paparazzi, hide from paparazzi, be mad at them, you're wasting so much energy, guys. You're wasting so much energy because that's just part of it. You know, they're going to be out there with those little cameras flashing you. You can expect it. So it's almost like the same with haters. It's the same with people who come in and try to, you know, expose you or hate on you or try to prove that what you're doing is evil or it's not right or whatever. It's like, this just is part of it, because what you're doing is powerful here with the Star and the Ten of Pentacles. It's very powerful. Okay? Now, some of you guys could be finding out that there's people that are in close proximity to you. This is either people at your work or this is family with the Ten of Pentacles that are actually haters because of how unique and different you are. They see a strong light in you. They've seen it since you were a small child, you know, or they've seen it since day one when you walked into the building. They've seen how strongly connected you are to yourself, to your purpose, maybe to a divine energy that they can't understand, a higher power, right? And so these people have wanted to squash you for a while. And there could be something here where maybe Spirit's just wanting you to recognize this, to notice this. Maybe this is what you can expect moving forward, to find out about this. I don't know. I don't know why it's out here in the reading, you know? Give me another one for this. We have the Star, came back out. Y'all can't make it up, I'm telling you, okay? Yeah, this gives people a headache. It upsets people that you're in the limelight. It upsets people that you're doing so well. So you can expect this moving forward to ruffle a couple feathers. But there's also an energy of people around you that don't want to take accountability for the parts that they play in things. And I feel like that's not a problem that you have, Gemini. With the Hermit energy, you're very self-reflective. There's an energy here of like, you might take too much of a part. Like, you might be too... like, put too much of that on yourself. Like, you know, it wasn't all your fault, right? But I feel like there's an energy around you of somebody who just does not want to take accountability for the part that they played. They wanted to make you the enemy. They wanted to make you the bad guy. They wanted to make you the crazy one. But their conscience, their ancestors, is like, it's speaking to them. And them watching you thrive, watching you be okay, watching you be this divine energy and you know, nothing being stripped from you. In fact, you're being given more blessings. Spirit's giving you more support. Things are better for you after them. That is hitting in a way that nothing that you could ever do could hit. And this person, these people, they are not happy about that, because I feel like this person, whoever this is, they might have always been in the energy of where you're at. Like, they could have been the one that was always like taken care of after situations, because maybe they do have a very pure heart. Maybe this is somebody that doesn't, you know, typically try to hurt people, but it's like, in whatever this situation was, their intentions or whatever they did, they had a choice and they didn't show up in the best way. I don't know. You guys are going to take that as it resonates, but that's kind of what I'm getting here. So this person has a lot of guilt. They have a lot of things that are eating away at them right now. Their thoughts are negative. They really want to have like this, it almost feels like they want to just be released from whatever this energy is. I feel like Spirit's got this person in some kind of like spiritual judgment right now. Like, I'm feeling that very strongly. And so this person could be kind of upset that you're thriving. I don't know. I don't know what to tell them, right? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and be like, sucks to be you, because I've been in that energy before. I know what that feels like. You know, we all go through it and it's not easy, but like, taking accountability for your parts to play in things, or what you could do better, or what you need to work on, what you need to heal, what you need to change, that's the way out, you know? So I'm not going to think anything negative about this energy. I'm just going to hope that it finds whoever, or these people are, or whoever this person is. I just hope they find the healing that they need, because that's what they do need, right? With the Three of Pentacles, yeah, it's people that I feel like maybe they want to come in and they want to collab, they want to work with you, but there's a need to kind of face the mirror first, okay? But overall, it's just people judging you because you're shining, guys, because you're doing well. I mean, damn. What do you want me to say about that? What do you want me to say about that, okay? Let's get some advice and additional messages out here. Advice and additional messages for Gemini gang. For this, what they can expect moving forward reading. Advice and additional messages for Gemini gang. We have synchronicity. Your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. So what Spirit is saying is that you might be asking questions. You might have some kind of like, Sorry, I was reading that. You might have some kind of questions, or you might be curious about something, or you have prayers, you have something that you are questioning or you're thinking about. They're being answered. You're getting the answer through synchronistic events is what Spirit's saying to you. Like, I am here. I am answering you. It's up to you to listen. It's up to you to accept the answer that I'm giving you. But I am giving you the answer, okay? Explore your options, Gemini. It says it's time to look at other possibilities. It's a good time to make changes. So if you're not happy with certain things, right? We see that very strongly down here with this 10 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles. It's like I'm putting in so much energy, I'm not really getting what I should be getting back, or I don't feel fulfilled on a very deep level. It's like explore your other possibilities, explore your options, see what's out there, see what's available to you. Make the changes that you need to make. It's like Spirit's like, I give you permission, right? I give you permission to live your life. I give you permission to create your own path. You got to create it. We have ready, set, go. Okay, now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. Like Spirit, like that's a very strong message that Spirit's giving. Like, now is the time. Do what you want to do, Gemini. Do what feels right for you. Enough time sitting around contemplating. You know, sitting around not doing anything, sitting around just thinking about it. Spend time alone meditating upon what you truly desire. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. Yeah, I feel like there's this energy of somebody here who has been sitting around for a while thinking about what changes they want to make in their career, maybe in their personal life, maybe in their spiritual practices, or maybe just in some kind of excuse me guys, I got excited. In some kind of area of their life, they have been thinking. It's like there's enough thinking now. You have to do. Ready, set, go. What you waiting for, okay? Ride that killer well into the sunset. Ride that thing like Seabiscuit, okay? Anyways, what else do we have here for Gemini gang? Advice and additional messages, Spirit. What else do we have here? Oh, shit. I came flying out. Look, soulmate relationship. Y'all, I feel very strongly that you have ancestors that are trying to guide you, because we saw that heavily over here. I feel like you very strongly have ancestors that are trying to guide you towards the correct soulmate. There is a particular person for you. They do not approve of these. I'm hearing floozies, not floozies. I don't know. There's this energy here of like, maybe you've not been looking in the right places for your soulmate. Maybe your soulmate's scary. Maybe your soulmate's like somebody who pushes you out of your comfort zone or will, right? Or maybe your soulmate's not your usual type, your usual expectations, okay? There's something here with that, but I feel very strongly you're being protected from energies that are not meant for you. Okay, like I said, your ancestors or whoever this counterpart is on the other side, they would rather you be alone than be with the wrong person, because the legacy is too strong. It's too important. You got too much going on. Okay, whoever they have decided is worthy, they feel this person is worthy. Like they've done their research, or maybe this is something that both of you and this other soul, before you even got here, decided this is you're my person. There's nobody else. It's got to be you. You know? And so your ancestors are trying to fulfill that prophecy or that destiny. I don't know. That's for somebody. But the soulmate relationship says a new romance with spiritual bias is here for you now. That's the energy I'm getting. Like, I don't know, guys, if this resonates for you. Okay? If it resonates. If it don't, it don't, right? Disregard that part of the message. Not every part of every reading is going to be for everybody, right? We have self-forgiveness. Let go of the old guilt and remember that you are God's perfect child, right? Yeah, so it's like, it's an energy here. Spirit's not judging you, right? Spirit has unconditional love. Unconditional love, right? Meaning, I'm not putting conditions on what you need to be or do or achieve for me to love you. All you need to do or be or achieve is whatever you're meant to, or just be yourself. Okay, there's a strong energy of that here. I'm not putting any kind of extra expectations on you. Now, will Spirit come through and correct you? Yes. Yes, Spirit will come through and correct you. Spirit will come through and show you that you need to change, or there needs to be other things that need to happen here, things that you need to work on. But unconditional love does not mean you do this one thing and now I don't love you anymore. Right? Unconditional love is, it doesn't matter who you are, right? No, I'm not giving you free reign to abuse me, but at the same time, that's not how it works with spirit anyways. I find it really hard for humans to have unconditional love with each other. Maybe you can have unconditional love for a child, but for another person, it's like, it gets a little trickier. I'm not saying it can't happen, and maybe you can love somebody for the rest of your life from a distance, right? But I feel like in regards to spirit, right? With unconditional love, there's nothing that you could ever do that will cause spirit to stop loving you, stop supporting you. Will you get course corrected? Yes. Will you get reprimanded? Yes. Will you be asked to be better, to do better? Yes. But does that mean that the love is going to stop? No, because spirit wants you to let go of any guilt that you might be carrying, any shame that you might be carrying. Spirit sees you as perfect. Spirit sees you as exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to do. We have break free on the bottom of the deck. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. That's what's happening here. You know, you're going up to the stove, you touch the stove, it's hot, you burn yourself, you feel like an idiot because you burnt yourself on the hot stove. You didn't know it was hot, or you didn't even know what a stove was. Now you know. You're learning and growing. So forgive yourself for the mistakes that you've made, Gemini. Okay. Holy moly, this is a long reading. Okay, one more card. One more. I mean, long readings aren't necessarily bad. I know that some of you guys really enjoy the longer readings, but it is what it is, guys. I was in a yappy mood today, okay? We have yes with Make-A-Wish coming out. And self-employment on the bottom of the deck. I feel like that's a very strong message for somebody who wants to be an entrepreneur, break free, do freelance work, whatever, do their own thing. That's a huge confirmation. We have yes, your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. And we have Make-A-Wish. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation, okay? So that has been your reading, guys. I do hope that it helps. I hope it resonates. I hope that it does something here, okay? And I'll definitely see y'all in the next one. Bye.